Hello guys, it's Thompson. Today I'm going to be making a quick video for Twitter and a long video for YouTube regarding a market update. So before we even start into kind of going over the market, let's talk about this trade, uh, which I took and posted on Twitter. Basically, we TP'd on the mid-range instead of going for 71k. Why? Because first of all, we had this big push on Sunday. I don't really like holding longs or shorts or trades in general when the structure is being held by weekend lows and slash holiday lows because Easter was a Sunday. And the second of all, there was a possible rejection of mid-range, which I'm going to be showing you later on, the range. So that's why we TP'd early, but it was still 3.5 RR. Shared here everything on Twitter. Posted everything transparently. So let's get into the market update now. Let's do the intraday and what I'm gonna be looking for now next trades. So let's go here on BTC USD. So what range I'm talking about is if we go to weekly and we mark out these two levels here and here. Oh, sorry, here. If we draw the fib tool, actually no, not this. It's this level. If we put the fib tool between these two levels, you kind of have a perfect range, and we can see that it rejected here. This lower high was here, and if we kind of dragged it to the left, we can see this was the range that was pretty much holding this whole price action over here. So that's why I TP'd, because we were really close to range highs, and the structure was being held by weekend lows. So that's why I TP'd. So basically what I'm going to be looking for in terms of trades is either a weakness at the range of range highs. So we get like a breakout, then break below, then I take a short here. So this is the first setup. If we push above, then break down again below. Then we aim for range lows. Stop above the high. Or we get a rejection right away, and then when we lose structure, I enter a short here and stop above the range highs and aiming range lows again. So this is a short setup I'm going to be looking for. And for longs, I'm going to be doing pretty much the same thing, just opposite. Either we break below the range and then regain it, then I long and put the stop below the low, aim for mid-range and range highs, or I get a reaction of range lows right away, and then I long with stop right below the range lows, aiming range highs, something like this, basically. Right here, range highs, and that's pretty much it. So this is for the Twitter. Now let's jump in for more high time frame stuff. Let's go to the other layout, our high time frame charts. So let's go over Bitcoin first, right here. First of all, let's go to 3 months. What we had this monthly close, we closed below this crucial 3-month level that if we held would have been really bullish and I would have been aiming for all-time highs, but we closed below, so that's really bearish. So we closed below these two 3-month swings, which is really bearish. And now when we look at the next level, which we can test, that is major, is this yearly 46k level. Pretty much that's the only major level that's on monthly, above monthly, and that would still, that is like an important swing that would give a good reaction, is a yearly level, and that would make sense with a macro bottom because it would kind of sweep all of these lows here, and after a sweep, everyone gets liquidated from here, and then we form a bottom, and then the bull market comes for the next 2, 3, 4 years or whatever. Or, which is another solution, if we mark these two 3-month levels, if we start gaining them on monthly/weekly, so if we get a push above rejection around this 3-month, and then if we get a proper retest on the bottom 3-month, that would pretty much indicate to me that the structure is flipping and that I should be flipping to long too. But until then, I think 46k is inbound and that we're gonna see it in the next coming months. Other than that, I don't really have anything much on Bitcoin other than this weekly level. This is the only level above daily other than the ones I just showed you on 3-month that haven't been tested. So this is like the only level that can give a proper reaction, I guess, that isn't the yearly. So let's go on some altcoins that go requested by my Discord. If you want to request what coins you want me to do analysis, join the Discord. The link is gonna be in the bio. I post everything there, all my trades for free. So let's go over Solana first. Solana again, really nothing major in terms of levels. We can mark this 3-month here for resistance, but for support, I'm not really gonna talk much about resistance. For support, where I'm gonna be looking for bounces, there is literally nothing I can pray for a bounce for, because if you mark this weekly, it already has been tested here, $71. So the next weekly is here. If we go on monthly, there's basically nothing until this range at $25, and I don't think we go that deep. It's possible, but I don't think so. And on daily, I'm not gonna be looking for major trend shifts and long time frame swings. If you go on Sol Bitcoin, this is a setup I'm gonna be looking for. Is if you go on a monthly, we have a swing here, and if you go on weekly, we have these two fucking levels all at once, and there's also 3 levels here, 3 order blocks. And I think if we get a structure like here, where we hit the bottom level first monthly, then when we regain weekly, that should indicate a pretty nice structure shift. And then from there, I would be aiming these highs, these highs, these highs, and then these highs, which is like a, well, let me check. From here, if we long to here, it's a 97% push, so pretty much a 2x. So this is the play I'm going to be looking for Sol. Sol Bitcoin. Let's go Ethereum. Ethereum, again, not really much to say. We bounced off this 3-month level, but other than that, the chart looks absolutely trash. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't be looking to buy this at all from the perspective of the USDT chart. Let's go on ETH Bitcoin. This one looks a bit better. Obvious, similar downtrend like on Sol, but a lot better reaction of this low so far. And if we mark this weekly level swing here and the weekly swing here, if we start gaining those, this would be my setup for it, since it would indicate a pretty nice time shift, and we would regain this lower high, or sorry, lower low swing. And then from there, if we flip this, then the structure is completely shifting and we're bullish, and then we can aim to hit those highs and even more here. But if this doesn't happen, the likely scenario is just it continues going down, because if we go on 3-month, it just looks like a lower high, right? Because if this was a lower time frame chart, you wouldn't be, let's be honest, you wouldn't be longing this shit. So that's pretty much it. Aster, let's go on daily. This is pretty much what I'm looking for. We have a level from this wick. This was when it first launched. This is pretty much where it bottomed around here, around this price. Let's go on daily. Probably looks a lot better. Yeah, we can see dip below it, and then after we regained, we had this nice push up. But other than that, if we mark this weekly and that wick, this is pretty much the buy zone I would be buying. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Again, it doesn't really look too good, but I trust CZ. I trust CZ, and I know once this goes, it's probably gonna go parabolic. It's not gonna give fucking much entries. So that's why I would be looking to have this in my sport portfolio for sure if it gives a proper retrace. Hype. Let me go on my other chart for hype since I have everything marked there. Hype. This is a beautiful set. I would absolutely love this setup if it gave us. So as you can see, my levels have been pretty much fucking spot on. On this chart. As you can see, every level was pretty much respected, and we can see we nailed it pretty nice straight here. And what I'm gonna be looking for is to, as you can see, we have a kind of a triangle breakout here. And what it would make sense for me is, what do you call it? Fake out, retest this level here. This level here, the first all-time high. Retest the first all-time high and then long, and then put the stops below the weekly plus the structure low. Why I love these kind of setups, because first of all, if we compare it to Bitcoin, we said we expect a little bit more push up before we start going down to the range highs, and then from there we want to short. And that this would make perfect sense with hype, since a little bit push up would probably give a proper breakout fake out, and then from there retest when they get stopped out. That's where we enter and they swing it to $44. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me on Twitter, or you can join the free Discord in the bio, and I pretty much help everybody who has any questions there. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you soon. Peace.